What is up? Rondé Barber here with your penultimate film session presented by Microsoft Surface. This one, of course, after the annihilation of the Carolina Panthers at home, 14-48. A lot of people are going to talk about what happened on offense. I'm going to start by talking about what happened on defense. After a very good first drive by Carolina, in which they scored a touchdown, Adam Thielen, actually a pretty good player, the Bucs let the dogs loose, and they had 4 sacks in this game. This is the first one, and I got to draw it up because I'm loving what I'm seeing out of this Bucs defense the past couple of weeks, mostly because they are not scared to vary personnel. 5 D linemen. This is Kalijah Kancey, who we're going to talk about in a second. This is Yaya Diaby, both on the outside of the line of scrimmage. That's 5 defensive linemen, if you will. 5 DBs and only 1 linebacker, Lavonte David. Now, this defense, the way it's set up here, it's outside linebacker here, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, another outside linebacker, DN, and then, of course, Vita Vea right there. So it's an odd-looking front. It's an odd front because there's 5 down, but it's an odd-looking front. And on the back end, they have it set up to look like man-to-man coverage. Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, nickelback looks like he's covering here. He looks like he's covering here. But at the end of the day, what is this coverage, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tampa cover 2. Rerouting corners, Lavonte David, middle run through, half safeties, seam droppers. Perfect coverage for 3rd and long. If you would ask Monty Kiffin, God rest his soul, we play this defense 1,000 times. But what does it allow you to do when you have this type of coverage on the back end? Nowhere to throw this football. You can let your number 1 sacker, Kalijah Kancey, run this little game. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago again, and Carolina has no idea how to block this. Let's watch this from the end zone, because when you see it from the end zone, you can see where the confusion is. If you're the offensive line of the Panthers, you're going, who's coming? This guy could come, this guy could come, this guy could come. They all look like they're coming. They're trying to communicate, and they're going, we're going to man up. I'm going to move the back into this gap because there's an overload over there. At least there was an overload. And then it's really just a 4-man rush with these 2 guys going, what is going on right now? Easy sack. Like I said, the first of 4 of the day. Bucs set the tone on that drive. Carolina never recovered. All right, let's go to the other side of the ball. Now, this Bucs offense, ladies and gentlemen, 500 yards of offense again. Baker had 300 and whatever. He had 5 touchdowns. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about the unsung heroes of this football team. Now, this is 13-7, second quarter. These back-to-back plays, I got 2 plays for you here, are really what broke the camel's back here. Now, this one is pony formation. We know what pony is, right? 2 running backs on the field, 2 wide receivers, and this is just another gap scheme by Liam Cohen. You're going to see Tristan Wirfs come. You're going to see Graham Barton pull out here, and as much as Bucky does a great job breaking that tackle, this is all about the blocking up front. Of course, the blocking out here with Mike Evans, but let's watch this from the end zone, and we're going to give our flowers to guys that deserve it. This offensive line played great in this game. First of all, watch number 69, Cody Mauch. Starts right there. Cut off that block. Then you got the 2 pullers coming around. There's only 1 guy that Bucky has to beat because this is a pressure by Carolina. That's number 41. He's a little late. Of course, no one person ever tackles Bucky. He just bounces off. Great seal block right there by 62. Look at that. Gets the pulling center, gets the edge of the defense, and allows 78 to get out in front. And then you got the blocking on the other side. Bam, huge run, 34-yard run by Bucky. Go to the very next play. And you're gonna see why I was so excited to talk about offensive linemen in this film session. Now, you know this team loves screens. They love screens because they have great offensive linemen to get out in front of these screens. Again, watch Cody Mauch, number 69. Watch Bredesen, number 68. Watch these 2 guys get out here. You get blocking on the outside by the receivers, and Bucky Irving makes this look really, really easy. Really easy. I don't know why he stepped out of bounds right there, but he did. Should have been a touchdown. Watch this from the end zone. And again, you'll see why I am lauding on these offensive linemen. Great looking Zone scheme, right? Looks like a zone scheme. Psych, it's not a run, it's a pass. Watch 69 get out front, watch 68, and I'm telling you, Mack Truck could go through there. Great blocking by 81, great blocking by 15, and he really should score. I mean, maybe he was really just wanting Mike Evans to get another touchdown, which he did on that play. And speaking of, final game of the season at home next week against New Orleans Saints. We got two things to look for. One win. And number two, 85 yards. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys.